Okay. Are there any questions on number 2? Yes, ma'am.
Is this our last test?
Yes.
My understanding was no.
It's math, Adam. You should know this.
My understanding was we had to do a little unit circle basics.
I'm sorry, what?
No words, English. It'll be okay. I got this. I got this. Stop worrying. I got this. No, it was implied we had to. That was the implication to me, yes. I guess because then we would just sit here for a week staring at each other. What would we do for the week? I don't know. I mean, I think I could get my life together then if we just, it would be nice. Archero's not. Hunter's not. Cameron's not. Jay's not. Will's not. Alex's not. Eduardo's not. Kelsey's not. Most aren't. In here, it's your 1, 2, 3. Alonde. Gracie. Okay. 6. Yeah. I didn't count. No, that was my implication was no.
I know I got it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it tends to. Dave, shut the door. Oh wait, YouTube hears me too. Gracie, you've had me before,
I know.
and you've had math classes before. Okay. I said that she's had me before.
I like that because you're doing it. It's a big conversation.
Okay, let's get back on track, or else we'll never get our life done today. You know, I feel sorry for 5. They can have another point. Bless them, they sit there and listen anyway, so they can have as many points as they want. Okay, on number 3, it's another fog or goth problem, so I'm going to change those H's to G's just because it's easier to me when it's fog. I just like it as it's fog. It does not matter what the variable is. It does not. It's just a placeholder. Okay, so I'm wanting to know f at g of x. Well, g of x is 2x squared, so I'm really wanting f at 2x squared. So everywhere in f, so f was 5x plus 7, but everywhere in f that I see an x, instead I'm going to put 2x squared. When you're on my nerves. So I get 10x squared plus 7, and I swear to goodness, if you told me that 17x squared, which is probably an answer choice, I really want to punch you, but I get that's not nice.
How is Lily?
You're going to get me crying up here, and you know I can't.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay, she dropped on the phone.
Okay, so let's do 4 and 5, and then we'll say we're done with the study guide for today.
Oh, wait.
Ooh.
Wait, that's the answer?
Yes, 10x squared plus 7 is the answer. Sorry, I could actually circle answers or something. Gracie, get a point for keeping me on par or whatever you want to say. Okay, number 4, since we want to find the inverse of this function, I want a variable to replace f of x with. What variable can I replace f of x with? What do we normally replace it with?
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, I swear to goodness you did math with me for like a lot of the year. Let's see. 3 can have a point, 2 can have a point, and 5 can have a point because there's at least, 4 too. Or whatever you are. Are you 4? Yeah. 1 had that I was purposely looking for. Did you have a member playing on your phone and then I didn't give you a point? And you did. Okay. What variable do we replace f of x with? Normally it's replaced with what? Instead of seeing f of x equals square root of x plus 2, you see blank equals square root of x plus 2. God bless you, table 3, and I believe table 6 as well.
Yes.
You can have a point. Okay, when we find the inverse, we...
Switch it, flip it.
Oh gosh, yes. She can have a point. We're going to swap y and x, that's hence the hands motions. So x goes here, y goes here. We have to switch them. And then we have to solve for y, which is a pain in the rear in this one. First thing to do is get rid of the house. What operation helps us get rid of that house? We're going to have to square it, and our Ttrig can have the point. So if we square both sides, we'll have x squared equals, house goes away, y plus 2. I'm not done. I have to get y by itself. What is my final answer?
Y equals x squared plus 2.
I'm going to give it to Will.
Minus.
Yes, so if we subtract 2 from both sides, and I'm out of room, I should have given myself more space, I get y equals x squared minus 2. So our tutor knew what he was doing, but we'll spit it out faster, so he wins. Okay, it's the exact same process on number 5. So if you can beat me to the inverse, you can get your group 2 points. It's the exact same process on number 5. If you can beat me to the answer, you can get your group 2 points. Yeah, I got that. But then you swap them.
X plus 2 over 3 equals y.
Did you really beat me in?
Yeah. How many points did I get? I beat you.
Okay, Arturo was the only one brave enough to tell me, so he can have his 2 points. I didn't do math for 6 weeks, and I beat you to that answer. Jesus, take the wheel. What is wrong?
Your math teacher.
So?
Your math teacher is.
So?
What's today? Is May 1st.
I know, right? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, boo? When you got 3 more weeks after this.
Don't you look at it.
What you gonna do? Okay. Are there any questions from those who are live about the semester exam study guide?
Print it out.
Okay. 5. Bless you for still doing math. You can have you another point. I'm going to get out the trig part now, because can you believe it? You took algebra 2 as trig. So if you're like Seth and you're wanting to zone out, totally get it. You think I really wanted to come back and do math? Not so much. But you took algebra 2 with trig. So if we don't do the trig part of algebra 2 with trig while we in here. So we got to get that part done. Today, when you're not on my nerves, we're going to do this study guide because we have a test tomorrow, and I'm going to post the key to this study guide later tonight. So how on earth you don't get it done, I don't know. We're going to do some of them now together. We are going to do some of them now together. However, if I keep having to feel like I'm talking to just me and Arturo, I'm going to stop talking. Me, Arturo, and like tables. I don't know. I ignore you.
We have one more test in, and then we're done. Stop.
Okay.
This is the easiest one.
What are the 6 trig values? What are the sine, cosine? Ooh, Jesus, take the wheel.
Hey, cosine, sine, and subtotal, whatever.
Okay.
SEC
is seeing sine.
See, I didn't say that.
Okay. Okay.
Is
So I get 2
cosine.
points for that, right?
No.
I get no points?
Tan is cot.
No, I'm trying not to have like a panic attack. Lord, help me. Okay. Whew. Got hot and everything.
Sin is CSC.
Okay, yeah, there's sine, cosine, and tangent, and you knew that from Takatoa. The other 3, what are they? It says to name the 6. There are 6.
CSC, SEC, cot.
There's a CSC and an SEC and a cot, yes. It's cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Did you learn like what order they went? Did you?
Yes, I did. I did it yesterday.
She really literally just wrote it down.
Okay. Okay, I do them in this order. Tomorrow, because I am nice, and I understand that life's hard when you keep swapping teachers, and it's the end of the year, and I get life's hard. So I'll probably put, as Natalie put it, COT, SEEK, and CSC on the board somewhere, so you know what those letters, that you at least remember those letters. But I will tell you this now, I write them in this order for a reason. Tangent and cotangent go together. Cosine and secant go together. Sine, and you're on my nerves, and cosecant go together. And what do I mean by go together? It means it's really easy to find the answer. So I'll show you that in just a second. So we have a side missing to our triangle. What's missing? The hypotenuse. Okay, every group can have a point. You're not incompetent. I'll give you that much. I'm freaking for no reason. Excellent. How do I find that third missing side? I could use the Pythagorean theorem, and if you use the Pythagorean theorem, you're going to say 12 squared plus 16 squared. 16 squared equals x squared, because we don't know that hypotenuse, and the hypotenuse always has to be the c. This is the 16.
C equals 20.
And Arturo has solved it, and he got 20, and I know he's correct because I know my triples.
So what you just wrote in green is matching the second set?
What I wrote in green right here is me solving for this third side, because I need a number. I need a number on all 3 sides. So right now I've got a 12 and a 16, and I'm solving for this third number, and Arturo told me it's a 20 because he used the Pythagorean theorem and solved it faster than me. But like Valeria and Addison, who's on her phone and getting on my nerves, had me in geometry. And I know that's a 3, 4, 5. So I knew it was 20 to begin with. Oh well. Okay, so moving on. We found that third number. Excellent. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So let's see where they put that theta. So for sure this is the hypotenuse. Is the 16 the opposite, or is the 16 the adjacent? It's the opposite, and the 12 has to be the adjacent. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So for sure it's 16 over 20. Which, yes, I know that fraction reduces. So if you're being a smarty and going ahead and reducing, it's 4/5. If you leave it at 16 over 20, my gosh, I've got to make concessions somewhere in my life. So I'm going to have to let it go. Now the reason I go ahead and write down all 6 things and I pair them up like that is because I realize sine and cosecant go together. So cosecant is the opposite. It's hypotenuse over opposite. So I literally am going to take this fraction and flip it. I don't know what y'all were doing or how much work you were having to show, but literally that's all there is to it. Since sine goes with cosecant, I flip it. My answer for sine was 4/5. My answer for cosecant is 5/4. Okay, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Well, the adjacent we said was 12. The hypotenuse we said was 16. So 12 over 16, which reduces to 3/5. Thank you, 3. You can have a point. But cosine goes with secant, so I already know the answer to this one is 5/3. Literally just flipping it. Flipping that fraction. Yes, ma'am?
If we don't put the theta sign,
You need to put some sort of variable. You can put an X or anything you want to. I'm not going to count off on life yet because, my gosh, life's too hard, too short for that. But, yeah, you need to have some sort of variable. It'd be like having a squared up in the air with no x next to it. Like there has to be a variable or else what's going on. Okay, and then tangent is opposite over adjacent. So it was 16 over 12, which reduces to 4/3. So for cotangent, it's going to be 3/4. Literally, I just flipped the fraction. So I don't know, because I wasn't here, and I'm sorry. Life's so hard. I don't know how Ms. Weathers was explaining the cotangent, secant, and cosecant. But literally, you know sine, cosine, and tangent. You know them all because you just flip the fractions for the others. Now, when I say you flip the fractions for the others, I mean literally tangent and cotangent are literally just flipped. Yes, ma'am. I did instead of 20. Thank you, Mia. You can have 2 points. Thank you for correcting me. Telling you math gets bad when you've been going a while. Thank you, ma'am. I wondered how it reduced to 3/5, but I was going to let it go. And again, Miss Compton knew it was a 3, 4, 5 to begin with. So if you recognize your right triangles, because I don't know, you tested on triples in geometry and you're not playing on your phone like Addison, then it's okay if you go straight to that. Okay, I'm going to let you handle number 2, literally posting the key later. Let's go to number 3. I want to help you with number 3. Okay, so number 3 says the cosecant of theta is 2 cosecant. If I wanted to change that to a fraction, what would I change 2 into? 2 over, yeah. So 3 can get a point. I'm just going to do 2 over 1. Okay, cosecant. Cosecant. I'm not insane, am I? Sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant, cosecant. Cosecant goes with sine.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not listening to you. No, there's nothing wrong with number 3. It's just a little harder than I wanted. Because cosecant goes with sine. So if the cosecant of theta is 2, that means the sine of theta is that fraction flipped. So the sine of theta is 1/2, right? But they didn't ask me for the sine of theta. That would have been way too easy. No. They asked me for the cosine. So they made my life a little too hard, which annoys me. So sad day, you end up having to solve for that third side. So we're going to change the problem. We're going to say just sine theta, because I don't want to have to solve for that third side today. Okay, I'm not naive. I realize I'm asking for a lot from you. So can you do the 6 trig values given a triangle and solve for the third side? Do you know who goes with who? I swear I'll keep it easy, like on 3 and 4. Let's change 4. Let's change that to cosine theta. If I take off 11 and 12, and there are no words, even though, no offense, but the whole point in life is to learn how to use words with a problem, or else why do we do math? And if I take off number 10, why would I take off number 10? Why do I not like automatically looking at number 10? Yes, I'm mad at the decimals. And I just said you need to do today, because I did 1 and 3, you need to do 2, 4, 5 through 9. Is that possible? Can y'all actually do this?
Yeah.
We can find out. Let's find out. I'll walk around and